Okay, basically what I have here is Liang Ye. You can see right here. It says Liang Ye. It's a special kind of liquor from China. There's like a whole process of making it. It means like 5 flavors or 5 grains alcohol or liquor. It's got a really nice aroma and it's kind of spicy. Here's the box. You can tell from the box. It's obviously a very expensive one. Ironically, like when I'm in China, it's kind of really expensive in China. This one I got from somebody got it for us in New York. So here, let me just pour it. It looks just like any other alcohol, but Chinese liquor has a certain kind of perfume to it because it's made. The main ingredient tends to be sorghum, which is a kind of like seed or grain. People usually tend to tell me it's some kind of wheat, but I've actually seen some of the plants, and I'm not sure if it's actually like a grass like wheat is. So I think it's called sorghum. It has a very, like the perfume smell, the liquor. I don't know how to describe it. It's very like aromatic. This one is kind of a little lighter, but once you taste it, then it's like you're smelling perfume all the time. You know. 我们拼酒，拼酒. It's kind of like a fine liquor. Yeah, I know this isn't very Chinese, this glass, but I think you can see it better. Like that. It's clear, like water, and believe me, it's not water. It doesn't, the sorghum liquors don't really bother the liver like Western liquors do, or most other liquors do. It has some kind of special antioxidants or super antioxidants or something or other. And yeah, I've actually never had a hangover in my life, and there was a few times in China where I really drank quite a bit, and I was expecting, oh, I'm gonna have my first hangover, and I never did. I guess it has some kind of medicinal qualities to it as well. But I can tell you right now, if you know what this is, you're probably like, oh my god, how did you get that? How can you afford that? It's not cheap. I'm not sure, but I'm guessing this specific bottle here in New York is anywhere from like $50 to $80. I'm not sure though. But in China, it's like maybe 800 or 900 yuan. That's maybe like $100. It might even be more than that now. So I don't know, maybe they got it wholesale. I think there's other kinds of liquor that are popular, like Mao Tai, which is really probably the most expensive one. And then there's Fenjiu. I actually really like Fenjiu. There's so many different kinds of Fenjiu, and different price ranges as well. Don't you wish you had some? Something I noticed when I was in China is a lot of times when people offer me like drinks and stuff, they're so like pleasantly surprised or happy that, I don't know, I guess because I'm a female, they're like very interested in the fact that I'm drinking with them or something. I don't get that. And people will constantly offer me drinks, and you can't refuse. You really can't. Although there's a way around it, like if you, let's say you've had too much to drink, you can drink like a tea instead, and nobody's gonna get upset about that. People, like when they drink, they usually tend to say ganbei. Ganbei. It means like empty glass, or like do your glass or something. Ganbei. And then people will like slam it on the table. When somebody proposes like a toast or something, everyone is supposed to drink. Whether it's alcohol or not, you have to drink. And when you have like a banquet where there's just so many people and you can't reach everybody, they have like this kind of circular turntable thing. It's made out of, usually it's made out of glass, and people will all tap their glasses on it, and that's acceptable as well. Let's see. I think probably one of the most decadent times I've ever had drinking was when I went to Pingyao. Pingyao is, in the ancient time, it was like one of the wealthiest cities in the whole of China. In fact, maybe, if not entire Asia. It was one of the first major banking centers in the world, and they even had like ancient credit cards, which were like cardboard or something like that. And it's not very rich now. It's rather poor, but I believe at the peak it was during the Qing Dynasty. And I'm telling you, we drank a lot of liquor. Now, it wasn't Liang Ye, because probably it's a bit expensive. We were drinking Fenjiu, which is similar. Although I'm sure most people would say, hey, it's not the same. But, you know, for a long time, the first time I ever had Chinese liquor, it was Mao Tai. And Mao Tai is really expensive. And so when I went to China, and people asked me what kind of alcohol to drink, I would like to drink, I said Mao Tai, because I didn't know how to say like liquor, and I didn't know any other names of I think Wu Liang Ye is a difficult name for most people to pronounce that aren't Chinese. I think they'd be like Wu something or other, you know. So I would just say Mao Tai, and you should just see the faces on people. They'd be like, and because like they can't refuse because that's impolite. So then my spouse would intercede, and he'd be like, oh no, that she didn't mean that. She just doesn't know any better. She just we can just drink Fenjiu and that's fine. In the northern China, I think Fenjiu, especially like in Taiyuan, is really affordable. I think probably because it comes from there. But I've heard other people say, like in different regions, that Fenjiu is also expensive. So there's a lot of different stories about Fenjiu. It's said, like I think it was in the Ming Dynasty or something, that the gods smelled it, and all the gods and the angels came down to smell the liquor, or something or other, something like that. Should we do another? Okay, one more. My face better not be red. Okay. In China, most people tend to drink liquor at least 1 or 2 with lunch, and also with dinner. And I think it's similar to like in Europe. Sometimes lunch is often the larger meal, and dinner tends to be the smaller meal, except in holidays where the dinner is served earlier and it's much larger. It's like more of a banquet style. 好宝贝我听见的，我看见的，孙悟空大闹天宫，我有 VCD。好了，谢谢，好喝，真好喝。